Minds on Muscle community, welcome to the Fitness Pro Mentors interview series. If you want to hear some amazing interviews from amazing fitness professionals all over the world, please join our Fitness Pro Mentors private Facebook group. But today, let's make it rain. Fitness Pro Mentors, welcome to another episode of the Fitness Pro Mentor podcast, where we interview exercise titans and superstars in the industry. Today, I'm really excited because we do have a superstar in the industry. We have Mr. Norley. Now, Norley is someone who has gone through the Fitness Pro Mentorship, and as a student, he has absolutely crushed it. He has done some amazing things because as you go through this journey, I want all trainers to have the opportunity to have the career they want, grow, scale, and honestly, live their dream career, helping people, making enough money so they can have the life they want. So Norley, welcome to the Fitness Pro Mentors podcast. How you doing today, man?
Thank you. I'm doing great. Very excited to be here. All this 12 weeks has been a lot of fun and learned a lot, but I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, man. Really excited to have you here. And so, honestly, I got to say, one thing that's been really inspirational for me with you, Norley, is I've seen you embrace all of the systems. You're going live, you're talking to people, you're putting people out there, you're using social proof, you're doing everything, man. So before we jump into this, do you mind telling everyone a little bit about yourself and how you became a trainer?
Yes, I was pretty active, and I did sports. And so I said, you know what, I really want to learn the right way of doing exercise and be able to help people. I injured myself in sports, so I had to stop. So I said, I have to learn the right way so people don't have to do the same, deal the same way I do and, be able to do it right. So I started doing it back in 2011. And ever since I've been, helping people move better and lose weight and, I feel amazing.
And I just saw you post a picture on Facebook today of a very young-looking Norley saying, "Fall in love with my career." Man, you got a young face under there.
I know, and that's why I keep the beard because it's not good. I look like a 12-year-old training, 80-year-old, 7-year-old.
Hey, man, in 5 years, that is going to serve you super well, looking a lot younger than you actually are for sure. So Norley, one thing that we spoke about before you joined the program was that you were kind of dispersed. You were working at a lot of different places. You weren't feeling super fulfilled because you were kind of a hired gun, just doing what the people above you told you to do, so to speak. And your career really wasn't going where you wanted it to go. Do you mind speaking to your biggest frustrations before joining the mentorship?
Yeah, for me, it was like I felt like I was putting so much effort, for other people's, businesses. And yes, I was training, I was helping people, but I felt like I wasn't giving quality to people in the sense of like I wasn't doing what I believe it was the right thing. I was driving everywhere, in different locations. It was just different atmosphere everywhere. So it didn't fit me the way I believe on training, believe on how things should be. So it was very frustrating because I felt like I was putting so much work and not getting, things for me. It wasn't working for me. I didn't feel right, training people and making them do contracts and things like that, different things.
Yeah, and I totally get that. It's very tough. It's just like investments. If you're putting money away, putting time away, you're putting energy into something, you'd love to see some long-term ROI. And if you're building these client relationships, helping them get results, but you ultimately have no ownership over them, so to speak, in some ways, and someone could just switch them to another trainer or take them away from you at any point, that's just not super fulfilling. So I totally get that. If in my experience with what you're talking about, I see trainers kind of go one of three ways in that scenario. They either do what you've done, which is awesome. They keep doing it and they are unsatisfied and they keep going that direction. Or the third is that they leave the career. Would you say that you were at any point kind of like dissuaded with the industry?
Well, I was definitely in very close to be like, hey, this is not working out for me because I've done it for so long, and I feel like, I should be being a lot farther than I am, And to the point, I was like, I'm not moving forward as much as I want to. I'm putting so much effort and time, and you have to do so much education. I was like, I don't know, maybe it's not for me. And I've stopped a few times, done chiropractic and stuff like that, but I still love this. I never quit, but I definitely felt that I was like, I don't know if I can do this any longer.
What would you go do if you were not doing this right now?
I'll probably be a pilot or something.
A pilot. Okay, well, that's a big jump. That's
It's big,
awesome.
yeah. Something different. I've done chiropractic and stuff, and I like it, but I do like being in the sky and doing crazy stuff.
Well, hey, listen, that's a cool thing you could do too on the side, which is a lot of fun if you really want to. Cool, man. Well, honestly, so the thing that I was really excited to talk to you about, I mean, is going through the mentorship. You sent me a message one day that was like one of the best messages I've received from a student. And it was, hey, I quit my job and I'm doing this thing full time. I mean, I was wondering, could you speak to what problems going through the Fitness Pro mentorship helped you solve to get to that point?
Well, I can tell you the first one. It's an ITA, having my ideal target. You know, my audience. I was like you were saying. I was speaking to everybody, say I can help everybody, and not narrowing it down to have a specialty. And like I said, there's so much competitive people out there. So if you keep talking to everybody and not don't become an expert in one thing, that can hurt you in the long run. And it did. So, and that was the biggest thing for me. You know, I knew people, I've trained, but I was just like, oh, I can help everybody, and that was for me something that click. I was like, yes, I have to be an expert, you know, and I have to just help these people. I can help anybody. You know, I know the human body and exercise, but doesn't mean I need to be working for everybody.
Yeah.
Um, so that was a huge thing for me. And I mean, just the first 12 weeks, I mean, everything was, it was a lot, but I learned so much that I'm very grateful.
That's awesome, man. And now, I mean, with all of this, as far as like professional and personal development goes, what kind of changes have you undergone in the last 12 weeks exploring all this and doing the one on one component with Glenn?
I definitely put more time on building, developing my mindset and developing my skills, and not just my training skills, but my camera skills, my communication skills. And think about more of a CEO. Think about more of how, what would that CEO will be doing that I want to be in 5, 6 years from now. What would I be doing to be successful that way? Instead of just saying, hey, I'm a trainer. I just do this. You know, think about all these different roles that I play. That if I want to be successful, you know, how do I have to be doing the things that I need to be doing in acting?
So, hey, man, where do you want to be in 5 to 6 years? What are you doing now to get you set up for 5 to 6 years from now?
Definitely learning as much as I can to have more than one facility and be teaching other people how to have their own facility.
You're going to teach other people how their own facility, man? That's going to be sick.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm excited. You know, definitely learning a lot. And once I open mine, I'm probably like 2 months, you know, to have mine all open, all ready to go, and you know, hit it from there from the ground and build it.
That's amazing. Norley, what would you say to someone who's thinking about hiring a mentor? They've been lurking in the Facebook group. They've seen the stuff that we're putting out there. They're like, I don't know about these guys. What would you say to someone that's thinking about stepping up their marketing and doing what you're doing?
I would say do it yesterday. Don't wait because you don't know what you don't know, right? You don't know what you're missing. Yeah, you may think you may know, but when you have somebody and see it from a different perspective, and especially somebody who has a system that has worked for them and have worked for other people, do it because it really helps you and guide you and makes it much easier. You don't have to do as much of the work because you have somebody telling you like, hey, listen, this works, try this, you know. Especially like one-on-one with a mentor, it's a huge deal, you know, because it really puts it into perspective for your business, for you know what you want to do.
Yeah, so anybody who's checking this out, I mean, our mentorship is a combination of two things. There is a linear kind of 12-week program that we go through that helps you learn as much as you possibly can with very specific lessons. But then taking that, as you know, I mean, there are engineered mechanical things within your business, but it's how you creatively apply it that really makes the magic happen. And so this is where we also take that group class and put it with a one-on-one mentor. And in this case right now, Glenn and Taylor have been crushing it. And you worked with Glenn. I mean, can't speak highly enough about Mr. Glenn Owen of the Minds on Muscle show and Strata. And when you get that one-on-one flavor, it really helps you to clean things up, sharpen it up, and make sure it's specific for you. Tom Purvis talks about custom fit exercise so much. Well, we need to talk about custom fit marketing.
And that was for me that you know you guys gave so much value for you know what it is the program, and there's so much, and I can tell you that I probably hit you know it's 30, I would say 50% 60% of all the information. I can always go deeper and keep working. Like you said, it's a faucet. If I want to put more work and more effort into it, you know I can keep learning. So I'm excited because the more I can you know maybe hire somebody, have do the other things that I don't have to do, so I can grow myself as a CEO and grow my business that way.
Now, Nora, I'd love to ask you, with all the marketing stuff, we talk a lot. I mean, as you said, you're only doing like a portion of the stuff because there's so much information. Of all the marketing stuff you've done that you've learned, without giving away too many details, what would you say has given the greatest ROI for you?
I would say definitely Facebook track everything. I've learned so much to track who you contact, who everything. Like you said before, and then you say many times, you don't track it, you don't get better at it. And I highly love that, and I agree because it's made a huge difference for me. Um, anybody who I can come to, I track how much I talk to now. And just this week, I've gotten 10 leads and 3 clients. So
In the
it's
last
been,
week?
I'm telling you, yeah, it's in the last week.
That's awesome. Anyone who's
But
listening to this, I mean, if you need more evidence to why to invest, Norley, in the last week, 10 leads, 3 new clients. Dude, that's awesome.
yeah, and I still have few 5 leads there, little warm leads that I need to keep contact with them. So, like I said, tracking and keeping when, it's a huge thing. And I would say is my number one that I've gotten from the program is track everything. And you guys have a system to way to track it that makes it easy. You don't have to do as much of the work and give the great result.
You gotta know the numbers, and that's so funny to me. Like in personal training, we know the numbers. I did
Hmm.
315 for 5 on squats. You're like, great, and the next week you did it for 6. Cool. So we like softly track this, and then some people have apps, and they go, but no one's tracking their clients, the conversations, the quality of the conversation, the cold, warm, and hot leads, and so. I'm so happy to hear that because I found personally when I first started doing it, that I would just have leads that were just falling through the cracks because I wasn't staying on top of them. The cold and warm leads, I was only dealing with the hot leads. So look at you, man. 10 leads in 1 week with 3 new clients. Woo. And more to come.
Yeah, man. I'm excited because yeah, even on the Facebook group, I was just seeing that over 44 people came in this month, and my Facebook group. So and that's awesome. And
44.
even 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 tracking my Instagram. That's something that I enjoy a lot. Is instead of just posting to post, but like really put purpose into it. So
This is the thing about social media, and I love you're saying that, is if you can put the energy into it and think of it that's purposeful, but then look at the metrics, look at the insights, look at who's checking out your stuff, and all those become potential opportunities. Norley, Mr. Brad Thorpe says, oh, this is huge. He says, this is awesome. Huge congratulations to you. And honestly, I mean, it's great, man.
thank you.
Hearing your journey going from, and dude, it's just amazing. And so, I mean, I need to be 100% clear that I think the most powerful part of this entire thing for you is you're learning a lot of new things, but you're not working underneath anybody. You are now, literally, like I put in the title, a CEO. You're doing your own thing, and this creates the opportunity for you to open your own spot and hire other trainers beneath you. It's just amazing. With you, not beneath you.
Yes, yeah, no, it's definitely yeah, I'm super excited, and I'm glad that I got did your mentorship because that really gave me the confidence and the skills to be like, hey, you could do it. Don't I know everything is it's a risk, but when you put the effort and put the work, it pays off. And I was looking at my numbers over the last 2 months. I've doubled my salary. I've doubled my
Doubled.
clients. Yeah, so it's been an amazing journey for me, and I want to keep going and keep growing.
Yes, man, and you will keep growing. Now, Norley, I got one more question I want to ask you to put a pin in today. And by the way, doubling your salary, doubling your clients, dude, absolutely amazing, fantastic to hear. What I want to ask you is if there is a trainer that listens to this now or in the future that is struggling, they're having a hard time, they don't have as many clients as they want, they're not making as much money, and they're on the fence, like you were saying, of staying in the career or leaving and becoming a pilot, what would be something inspirational that you would say to them?
I would say get the guidance, go for it. Track your things, and become your own CEO. That's the best way you can do it. You can build a culture. You can build uh, what you want your gym to be like. Nobody's gonna do it for you. So just go for it. Get the skills. Put the work. Learn. Always. What is it? Sharpen your saw and go for it.
Everyone, you heard Norley. I mean, how much more perfect is that? He's telling you go for it, put the time in. He's doubled his clients and doubled his money in the last month. He's got 10 leads and 3 new clients in the last week alone. What are you waiting for? Norley, man, listen, thank you so much for your time. And the most important thing that's been the most awesome part of this whole thing is thank you for your growth. You've been committed to the process, and you've really, literally, like we say, made it rain. Before we put a pin in today, is there anything you want to throw out there for the people listening?
Hey, don't wait. You know, time is precious. Go get your dreams. Get it.
Honestly, I was talking to one of our students, another student just today, and he was asking about my mindset. I'm like, listen, I'm not a motivational speaker person, but I believe, the South Asian deity, there's Ganesha, the elephant god that just kind of saunters through the forest and is the remover of obstacles. And if you put the right things in front of you, you implement the right workflow, and you work hard, you're just going to move obstacles and make it happen. And you're going to do it. And Norley, you've done it, man. You made it rain. Thank you so much for all this, dude. I really appreciate it.
Oh no, thank you. You guys have been a blessing, and I'm grateful to be able to work with you. And I mean, you guys put out so much stuff that really helps, and I still haven't either the surface of how to become a better trainer. I can always learn more from you guys, and but definitely in business and everything, you guys put the work, and I'm grateful for all the things you taught me for sure.
Norley, thank you so much. It's honestly people like you working hard that makes it our job easier. So thank you so much for what you do. And by the way, you're wearing the best color shirt today. Thank you. I love it.
Thank you, thank you. I like to be bright, keep yourself color.
I love it. Norley, thank you so much, everyone. This is the Fitness Pro Mentors podcast. Please, you want to check out more information, you're listening to this in the future, check out our Fitness Pro Mentors Facebook group for free stuff. If you're in the group, Norley in his beautiful pink shirt, you got to check out his content. You can see exactly what we're doing. And he's only 12 weeks in. Imagine what he's going to do next. Norley, man, thank you so much. Have a great one.
Yeah, you too, man. Thank you.